welcome to part 3 of this Russian Dominaria booster box. Again, if you've missed parts 1 and 2, I'll have a link down in the description, as well as there should be just a full-length video. I try to keep these as short as possible. It just helps me a lot with editing, and also I think that people enjoy a bit of a shorter video, either a shorter video or a really long one. So I'll have 3 short videos and then 1 really long one, which will be perfect. Again, I don't know a lot of these cards by heart, so we're just gonna be skipping through. You'll see prices for them if they've got value. And other than that, I'm just gonna be rambling about whatever's on my mind today. See, in the first video, we talked about the new Power 9 proxies. Last video, talked about my trip to Russia, my experience in Russia. And, you know, once I get through a couple more packs here, oh, sweet, a Karn. So that's our second Planeswalker. We also got a Teferi and a foil some guy. Anyways, as we get through more packs here, I'll definitely think of something to ramble about. But for now, let's get into this pack. It is upsetting how similar, like look at the uncommon and the common. I know there's some difference there, but it really looks so similar. More so that the common looks like an uncommon rather than vice versa, but it's a rare, costs 7 mana, probably not worth that much. Looks like a intro pack rare. I don't even know if anyone knows what the last set that they printed those intro packs for was. Let me know in the comments below, because I remember those when I was growing up. Those always seemed really cool, and you always got a lot of cool cards. And I think the first Magic product I ever bought was an intro deck, but they really, I don't know, have kind of moved away from those products in the sense that I don't think they really sold that well. I know they tried initially, and maybe even before I started playing, there were no booster packs in the intro decks, but they changed it from having 1 booster pack to 2, try to sell more, and I guess that just wasn't enough. So sweet, it looks like a Shalai, it's not a Shalai. So I guess they've just moved on from those. I know another thing they tried out was the event decks, and I think usually those were like a modern deck or a standard deck, but you know, you'd only get 1 or 2 of the good rares or good cards that you wanted from the deck. But it was definitely a good place to start your deck. But I think that with the rise of the internet and being able to see these decks online, and also just people playing on Arena, people have just kind of moved away from these pre-constructed decks, especially when you can go on, like, I think Card Kingdom does it. You can just go on there and they have their own pre-con decks, and you know, they're not great value-wise, but it's a complete deck. You know, you don't have 1 rare and then another separate rare. You know, you have full play sets, and it's actually a real deck you can play. So it really kind of eliminates the need for those intro, keep bumping my desk, those intro decks. All right. Yeah, this looks like intro deck rare too. I literally have no idea on some of these cards. This was kind of the era when I had sort of fallen out of love with Magic. I was super into it back in the day, And then I kind of went to high school, and around my senior year, I really thought I was too cool for Magic, I guess. And it took me a little while to realize that there's really no such thing as being too cool or not cool enough for anything, and that I really enjoyed playing Magic. And eventually I made my way back. And Dominaria was one of those sets that I kind of missed. I definitely played some Arena when it was around, but that was the era of Teferi, and not soon after we had Oko, arguably the most broken Planeswalker ever printed. And it was just not fun. I think there's a Damping Sphere, pretty sweet card. And some other rare I have no idea about. And I just knocked my cards on the ground, but I will pick those up later. Got quite a stack over here from this box. I've been opening collector boxes, and it's not an insane amount of cards, so I'm not used to making all this room on my desk here. All right, this looks like a Sarah Angel. And a card I don't know. There are a lot of expensive rares, which I think is mainly because these cards are so good in draft that they have to make them a rare. What would be interesting to see, I don't know if it's even a possibility, but you almost have like just separate, I don't know, like drop rates. That's not the right term at all, but like certain cards being more common to show up in a draft booster, and maybe they're already doing that. But that would be interesting just to kind of balance out what you get, because if they're going to separate out these set and collector and draft boosters, it makes sense to kind of have different printing rates, I guess, as I struggle with the last pack here. Come on. But this set is from the time before set boosters and collector boosters. But hopefully that's something that is happening, or maybe they're going to consider that. Oh, we got another land. I think this is Isolated Chapel, that's my guess. And we've got a foil something or other. But yeah, I'll just leave that there for you guys to look at while I do my outro. But yeah, I think it'd be really sweet to kind of have different print runs. Because a lot of these draft rares that are really good are not great in standard. So it'd be sweet to see them kind of change that up a little bit. I don't know how feasible it would be and what effect it would have on the market, but definitely something to think about. Anyway, again, I'm rambling on here a little bit. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, this has been a Russian Dominaria booster box. My name is Cooper MTG, and thank you so much for watching.